You say your mom is a Scorpio. Why do you think that's significant that she's a Scorpio?
To me, well, Scorpio rules over sexuality. It rules over drugs. It rules over the very dark aspects of nature. It rules over death, most of all. And death exists in all aspects of nature. So if we're thinking about Scorpio, Scorpio starts October 23rd, 24th, depending on the year. This is not the beginning of fall, but this is when fall is in full effect. So, if you know anything about the modalities of the signs, you have your cardinal signs, you have your fixed signs, and you have your mutable. The cardinal is the sign that starts off or initiates each season. So this is Aries, that's initiating spring. You got Cancer, that's initiating summer. You got Libra, that's initiating fall. And then you have Capricorn, that's initiating winter. So then you move to so when something's initiating, is new, is popping off, it's a lot of exploration. We're trying to figure out what this is. Then that moves to the fixed aspect of the season, whereas this is what it is. We went through all the kinks and we're fixed in what the concept of these seasons are. So for Scorpio being the fixed sign within fall, it's when fall is the most fall, for lack of a better way of putting it. And this is when everything is dying. This is the descendant. Fall is, that's why it's called fall, is the fall of the ego in a lot of ways. You got, forgive the tangent, but you got spring that starts life. Mm-hmm. And everything is popping. This is the beginning of everything. And when things are beginning, you have to establish your individuality. Aries represents your individuality, who you are, and saying, I am this. So if you go to the polar opposite sign of that, which is Libra, is the ending of the I am, of my individuality, the dying of the self. Libra also represents union. So as you come together with something, part of you dies because there's a give and take. So we start off with fall, Libra, dying, and now we're in the essence of fall, which is Scorpio. Getting back to the point is representing death. So everything is dying and decaying. And it's not pretty, but it's necessary. And this is the things that Scorpio rules over. So anything that's dealing with darkness and death and obviously death, so there could become renewal and resurrection, because those are other things that Scorpio deals with. But that's what Scorpio rules over. So when with the Scorpios, I always observe, no matter where they're from, is some aspect they always get pulled into situations or kind of like matrices that deal with death, destruction, self-destruction. Whether it be within themselves or, I know a lot of Scorpios that never drank or smoked, but were around nothing but it, nothing but violence and sex and all these things while they, and drugs, while they're, they're staying true to themselves and maybe not getting engulfed in it, but it's just it's their natural habitat. So I just think this is really her natural habitat, and it was just something that she had to explore within her journey. She explored it through her partner. Seeing a partner go through this, like I've heard stories. My mom was like, yeah, she's been in crack houses while my dad is smoking, been surrounded by and then you forget in the 90s, especially in the Bronx and a lot of neighborhoods in New York, everybody was a crackhead. The building that I was, the first building I was ever raised in the Bronx, everybody but my mother was a crackhead in that building. Everybody was addicted to a drug in that building. So it wasn't like it's this or that and I can choose to go this way. You have no choice. You're gonna at least know 5 crackheads that, are very good people. They just have this affliction and this addiction to whatever. you know, so it's something that she kind of had to go through, you know, just naturally.
So you would say that's natural for a Scorpio to have an affinity for something like that?
Yeah. And I don't even think affinity like a fascination, like, ooh, what's that? Maybe on a certain level, but I just think it's just like a fish to water. It's just like fishes belong in water because they naturally know how to flow in water. Scorpios just naturally, that's what they are. So they just naturally already in that, you know. And I don't even know my mom's childhood in depth to see how it manifested as a child. But I just know when she got to New York, and you know, with the crack epidemic like really in full effect at that time, she was in it.